Namaste, everybody. Haribol. Thank you for joining us again. So here we are. We're in a little country that is beside Russia, right near the town of Sochi, Russia, that many people know because the Olympics were there a few years ago. So this little country is named Abkhazia. And this is an old ancient ruins that we're visiting. And we're walking on this road, which at probably one time was a very, very good road. And all these structures were probably very new and very, nice. But now, as you can see, things have deteriorated a lot. And this brings to mind the understanding about the material world. There is a element that is involved in the material creation, which is known as kala, or time. And time takes away everything. Time is the subduer. In fact, in our scripture, Bhagavad Gita, the Supreme Lord Krishna says, of subduers, I am time. That means time subdues everything, or takes away everything, or destroys everything. See, even the rocks and the big, hard objects that seems like are indestructible, over time, they also disappear, see. So it's just a reminder of the temporary nature of the material world. We can't change things. We're always thinking, oh, this world is permanent, or my body's permanent, and we're trying to live as if we're going to be here forever, and on it goes, when the reality is that's not true. It's all just an illusion. We're all under the control of time, and we know that, but we don't want to admit that, or we don't want to deal with that. It's kind of like we live in a constant state of denial. We like to deny the realities and create the fantasies that make us feel comfortable, or make it so, we can have another philosophy other than the truth of life. But just look at our bodies. I mean, not long ago, I was born, and then my body was a little baby body, and then it grew, and then it became a kid, and then moved on through adolescence to adulthood, and it just changes all the time. Every 5 years, all the cells and the molecules in the body have changed, but we're still the same people. Time is just taking away everything from us. We can't hold on to it. It slips through our fingers. And so when we come to a place like this, then it's just so in your face real. I mean, you look at these structures that are made of stone, and it looks like, oh, that's permanent, but it's now all falling down, and it's become a tourist attraction. See, people come here to look at the ruins, and that word in itself means time has ruined it. It wasn't destroyed by some big bomb or something. It just sat here, and over the hundreds of years, and of course we know, it could be hundreds and thousands and millions of years, time takes away everything, So it's just valuable information to consider when we're trying to make a permanent home in a temporary world. You can't do it. So I always like to come to places like this and be reminded of the truth. Yeah, recently I was reading an article about some scientist who has said that he has discovered the way to stop aging. which means he has discovered how to defeat time. And of course, forever people have been trying to stop aging because nobody wants to get old. They're thinking, I want to stay young and I want to stay here forever. And so I remember in our history, when I was a kid, we were told the story of Ponce de Leon, and he was one of the early explorers who came to America. And he came to what is now the state of Florida in America. And he found this fountain, and he drank this water, and he made a declaration. This is the fountain of youth. If you come here and you drink this water, you will remain young. And of course, it attracted a lot of people. But reality is, he died too. Nobody defeats time. So this scientist, he's got all this advanced, scientific, in discovery and evidence of how he can arrange the cells and change the cell structures and do all these things that will make it so the cells don't get old, and therefore we will be able to overcome the onslaught of time. But a wise person knows this is just wasting time. Why waste all our time trying to stop that which is inevitable? And so even if we stay here forever, some yogis, due to different yoga practices of controlling the life airs in the body, can stay in a body for hundreds of years, 500, 800 or more years. But so what? We're still in the material world. We're still controlled by the other laws of nature. Time is still controlling us, and maybe we slow it down, but the thing is still happening. So it's an effort that's of no value, really. So the wise teachers, the sages, the saints, the true masters, they come and they tell us, don't waste your time in this way, but actually try to use whatever time we have left in this body, to actually develop our consciousness to come to know and love the Supreme Lord, to understand the truth about the material world and the spiritual world, the truth about our identity, what will actually make us happy, what will not be a waste of time, but is going to make it so we have an eternal benefit from these different activities, and so on. See, so it's all about what we do with our time, Everybody's got 24 hours a day. Nobody's got 23 or nobody's got 26. Everybody's got 24. But what do we do with that 24 hours? Do we waste that 24 hours as far as us, the spirit soul, coming to higher levels of spiritual realization or moving forward, in our spiritual, quest for happiness and truth? Or we do just what most people do, just run around in the same circle we've been running in for lifetimes, trying to make the best of a bad bargain, enjoy this and make this permanent and that permanent, and so on. So anyway, time is a reality. We're not trying to overcome it. We're just trying to harmonize with it in the best way we can, use the time we have in the most productive way, and that will be an intelligent way to live our life. So, a few things to consider. I always give you something to think about. So here's one more. Namaste, Haribol.